What's going on, YouTube family? Today I want to make a video discussing why I'm not a day trader, trend trader, or swing trader, any of those things. I talk about investing sometimes, but I guess in some of the Facebook groups that I'm involved with, and also some of the people that I talk to in the group that I'm actually building or in the process of building, we are having a lot of discussions, and it seems as if new investors are trying to get information, and they're usually being guided by quick money, penny stock traders, and fast money traders. Now, let me give you a quick reason why I don't day trade. I want to talk about that first. When I invest, I'm not investing to make money fast. I don't expect to, right? If I want to make money, there's other ways to make money, right? I can start a business, right? I have a few businesses, and when I want to make a quick $100 to $200, I use my businesses, right? So if I have an online e-commerce store, I have my eBay store, my Amazon store and stuff like that, or whatever, I can sell items on there. If I can find a store with a if on the weekends I'm out and about and I can find a store that has a product for really cheap that I know I can sell, like if I found something that the store's selling for $2 and I can sell it for $20, I'll buy it and then I'll sell it. But I will not do that in the stock market, all right? For many different reasons. Now, there are a lot of companies out there that you can partner with. They're some of the best companies in the world, right? One of my favorites and my number one, my very favorite stock to invest in is AT&T, right? Very successful company. They're not going anywhere. Even if we were in a, some people say crash, decline, correction, whatever you want to call it, they're still going to hold their value no matter what, right? So their dividend, the stock usually varies. Right now it's at $35, $36. They pay $2 a year in dividends, so that's how they reward return on investment for their investors. So, you know, even if I wanted to spend a certain amount of money, and every year I say to myself, I'm going to buy 100 shares of AT&T every year, right? And I did that for so many years, right? Just show you guys something really quick. That's $200 a year, right? So you guys can probably not see that so well, and I apologize. But it's $50 per quarter. You can actually buy one more share of stock every single time you get your dividend payment. So I believe in growth investing, right? Investing over time and building your income so you get a passive income, right? Now, when I made this channel, I wanted to talk to you guys about making an extra $200 to $300 a month. Okay, one of the best ways to do that is through the stock market, right? This is one of the ways. I didn't want to touch this topic in the beginning of making this channel too much because I'm not an expert, but no one else is either, all right? If some of the books you can read on investing, you'll see that that most people aren't, right? Charts are crap, right? No one can predict the performance of a company in the future. You could have a working guess on how it's going to work, right? But you don't have any guarantees that a company is going to do this or that, or whether a stock's going to go up or down. You don't really know. So the best option is to practice dollar cost averaging, right? This is one of the strategies that I use, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not a day trader, right? You could, if you're a day trader, you could buy AT&T at $38 or $39 when it went all the way up to $40. You don't know, even if you're a pattern trader, you don't know if AT&T is ever going to go back up to 38 for the next few years. it could take years, up to 5 years, for it to go back to where it was when you purchased it. Right now, we just went through a correction. But see, if you're an investor like myself, you buy and hold, the style that Warren Buffett uses, the style that I continue to use and I will never stop using, right? You don't care, because now you can get this stock at a cheap price and you can continue to get the same dividend. So the payout ratio is even better. So you're getting it for $3 to $5 cheaper, okay? And you could just keep buying it cheaper, cheaper, cheaper. If it does go back up, your portfolio goes back up, right? See, an investor like myself who's in it for the long haul, we're not going to panic when the market starts correcting itself and we start seeing that our portfolio value drops. We're not going to sell off and run away. We're just going to stay there, and then when we see those corrections, we're going to continue to buy. Day traders, if the market never pops back up, you guys are in trouble. All right, trend traders, trends, what are you talking about? You barely know what you're talking about here, right? So you're talking about trading trends, right? What trends? Are you saying that you are a psychic? You know what people's behavior is going to be in the future moving on? Or can you just learn, right? And the best tool for learning is just experiencing. You know, some people buy a company when it bottoms, right? It hits rock bottom and all that other stuff, and it starts going low, and they can get it for like 10 cents a share. And when that company just goes by, they were wrong. Then you lost money, right? So you have to ask yourself the question, what are you doing this for? See, me, I'm all about the wealth over time, because I have other ways to make money. That's why I'm not a swing trader. That's why I'm not a day trader. And that's why I'm not a trend trader. And the term trend trader sounds really silly to me, because trends usually surprise us. We don't see trends, right? But by the time you see a trend, like for example, cryptocurrency, once everybody knows about it, it's already too late, right? Because now Bitcoin is just going like this, and you're really never going to see Bitcoin shoot back up the way it did before, because Bitcoin has no other choice but to correct itself. There's too many things wrong with the actual holding of that cryptocurrency that has to be corrected. Why? Because somehow, you know, just like with anything else, and it's not SEC regulated like stocks, so not to say that stocks are any better in the same situation, but supply and demand can sometimes be tricky, right? So you might have to open up more shares of something so that it goes lower, so more people can invest, because when those corrections come into play, you start seeing the variations, right? And then where's the volatility at? The volatility, once those corrections go into play and that thing drops lower, more people start losing their confidence in investing in it because they don't want to learn about it. Everybody's looking for the next big thing. Once you're onto one thing, you're running to another thing, and you never have the opportunity to make some serious money. The people who bought Bitcoin when it was new, they're the ones who are going to win. When you bought it when it was next to nothing, and you had no idea what was going on, and you bought a bunch of it, and then it shot all the way up and you sold it, which is also going to affect the price of Bitcoin too, because a lot of the Bitcoin millionaires and billionaires, if there's any, I don't know, they saw Bitcoin go up like that. They got out, right? And guess what? They made their money. They don't have to deal with it anymore. They're not going to reinvest. They know better. So what is the best method of ensuring your portfolio growth over time for the next 10 to 20 years, right? And making sure you get a solid $500-600 a month or even better, right? So for the first 10 years, is it possible to make $200 to $300 a month? It's possible to do that within the first 2 years, within the first 5 years. In the first 10 years, it could even be possible to make another extra $500 a month. And as you're going along, you'll figure out different ways to make this possible, right? I talked about it before on my channel a long time ago. One of the ways I raise money for stocks, or how I did it in the beginning. And here's my hint. That's what I'm doing with this when I'm finished. But you got to think to yourself about the long haul, because some companies are going to grow exponentially, right? Some of the people who bought Amazon early, some of the people who bought Alphabet Inc. early, Google really early, right? I think that Amazon was bigger than Bitcoin if you really got into it the way you were supposed to, right? Even if you would, like, for example, even if you would have got Google back last year when I seen it at $800, right? Alphabet Inc. shot up. If you had, even if all you had to do was, if all you had enough money to do was buy 20 shares, you would have done marvelous, right? For some people, that would have been their annual income. But it's not that you could look at stuff like that and determine that that's what's going to continue to happen, because you don't know if Alphabet Inc. is going to go to 2,000, even though I think it might. I believe it will. I would bet on Google, myself personally. I would bet on Google. But what I'm saying, for trading reasons, you don't know where it's going, right? If you pick up a few shares of Alphabet Inc., you know, those are stocks you really want to hold on to. Even though it doesn't pay a dividend, its potential for growth in the near future, because most prices on everything is going to go up, is going to be good. And make sure you subscribe to the video and follow me on Twitter. Link in the bio below, or in the comments below, or comment below to let me know what you think about the video.